We are back in Africa, and in this week's fun-packed episode, we see the amazing bird life on the west coast of South Africa, north of Cape Town, and we go beach camping with some friends at Trompieseduin, just south of Elandsbay. Let's go! We are back in Mama Africa, back in Cape Town, and after being at home and Corinne working her arse off, we are on our first weekend away.
Yay!
Are you happy to be back in a different vehicle?
Yes, you will see that I'm driving, but I'm on the other side of the vehicle.
And what are you driving?
A Toyota.
Yes.
A Hilux.
Yes.
Our old, not so old, but trustworthy old Furu.
Yes, we are back in the Toyota Hilux, not a high ace this time, and we are on our way to meet some friends about 150 km north of Cape Town. Hopefully we will see a big cormorant bird migration in the evenings when they come back from the sea, and we will take you along on a new adventure as we start exploring Africa again.
Are you happy to be on a weekend away in the car?
Yes, very much so. I've just been sitting at home editing, and it's great to be away camping again. First in a house for a few days, and then we're going to do some camping next to the sea.
See if the shocks still work, if we can get that canvas up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we will also show you a little bit about our home on wheels that we are going to be changing, but the Fudu version 1 is being used a little bit. So let's go. We stayed in Port Owen, which is a new development right next to Veldrift, quite an old fishing town on the west coast of South Africa. It was great to get together with old friends and do the things that friends do, catch up on what happened in the last 2 years in their lives, and obviously having a braai. Thank you, Marshall, for sharing your home with us. It was a great place to stay and even a better location, as the house was on the edge of a wetland and a view of the Berg River. So every morning we could wake up with the song of a lot of birds, and we had the best view in the world. We had flamingos wading in the ponds right next to the property, and a perfect view of the big cormorant migration that happens every morning and evening as the cormorants go out to sea to feed during the day. Please head over to patreon.com/Fearless on 4 Wheels to subscribe and get these videos first and view them ad-free. Or like and subscribe this video to support our channel. Thank you for watching. We could also take time out to explore the quaint little town of Veldrift with the strange little waterfront, a little tourist area next to the Berg River, with one of the only privately owned submarines in South Africa. We met up with Adrian Louise. You trust the submarine, Corinne?
Yes,
You do?
I think so. I don't know if I'm going to go.
I don't know. We also ran into this strange looking vehicle, which seems to be a combination of a Renault in the front and a VW Bug in the back. It was very well looked after, but a very strange sight to see. I've never seen this type of vehicle before, but typically to the west coast and outside. Then it was time for a late morning beer while we had a look at the ducks and the geese fighting on the river. The geese seemed to be very aggressive and were chasing around the ducklings. We didn't know why.
Now these two kids are getting themselves away from the adults.
Yeah, there's a lot of difference.
Yes, so let's explore.
I could also look for one of my favorite West Coast delicacy, a thing called a bokkel. It's a dried, salty, very salty fish that goes down well with some cold beers. Not Corinne's favorite, but something she has learned to eat on our West Coast adventures. Then it was time to head back to our home to watch the Cormorant Migration in the evening as all the birds returned from feeding during the day. What a special sight to be seen. And we are off to our next destination, Duin. It's really camping weather today, nice and misty and wet.
Fortunately, it's a bit chilly. We've had such nice weather on Friday and Thursday. Here's that guy again.
Cyclist.
And now it's a bit overcast and cold, so I hope we've got enough wood.
Yes. And we're going to meet up with our friends, of which some is not that eager on the camping either, but after the luxury home, it's a big change to rugged West Coast, misty, cold camping, but hopefully Trompesetuin is nicely equipped. We are close to the sea and running parallel to the coast heading north, and we will be there in a few minutes.
Yep.
Luckily it wasn't too much of a drive, and it is a lovely drive even though the weather is great. Trompesetuin is a typical West Coast campsite with an inside area where you can make a fire and where you can hide away from the misty, harsh conditions that you can experience along the West Coast. The first afternoon was very, very misty and quite windy, with the wet mist coming from the sea into the land. This is the major source of moisture for all the plants that grow in this semi-arid area. The campsite also comes equipped with a donkey boiler, a very typically African way of heating up hot water in a campsite. You take some sort of metal container like a gas bottle and you fill it up with water. You make a fire under it, and that's how you make sure you have hot water for a shower. It works surprisingly well. You just need to get to know how to get the fire going. We woke up the next day with a crystal clear sky and a great day. So we could hang out outside, take walks on the beach and just chill. Just what we wanted for some perfect West Coast camping. We ended that perfect day with a perfect African sunset as we looked out on the fishing boats, fishing on the water in front of us with the sun saying goodbye and thank you very much. We ended the day in a typical South African fashion with a fantastic braai with friends. Big fires, lots of great meat and lots of chatting. Thank you very much for everybody that joined us on this weekend away. The next morning, with a mist all around the car, it was time to pack up our trusty ufudu and to head back home. But it was a great weekend away. It's time to say goodbye to a wonderful weekend away on the west coast. It was over like a flash with great friends. We've got Adrian and Louise in Os right behind us as we say goodbye to the west coast. In our next episode, we start the long and detailed process of doing our next camper, planning everything and heading up to Joburg to find a reliable company that can build the camper for us. But that's a story for another time. Please head over to patreon.com/Fearless on 4 Wheels to subscribe and get these videos first and view them ad-free. Or like and subscribe this video to support our channel. Thank you for watching.